Hey, welcome back to another Monday episode of Live on In the Community with Dr. Matt. And we're actually hanging out today, having a conversation with Wendy Farrow-Reed. I chose this as an opportunity just to meet the candidates for Ward 3 and get to know a little bit more about Wendy. So we're hanging out today actually in the office, and she's doing her tour. What else are you working on today?
I have a job over on Armstrong Avenue.
Good for
I
you.
sell heat shrink and tubing. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
That's what I do for my job on
Perfect.
Armstrong. Yep, thanks.
And so now you're probably putting in your 40 hours at,
Alta Electronics.
yeah?
Yep.
And then you're probably putting your 30 to 40 hours in with campaigning.
Campaigning,
Yes.
yep.
So you've been busy.
And people that know me know I'm not afraid to be busy.
Good.
Busy's my middle name.
Good.
Yeah.
So did you want to share, you were just sharing with me before we started, just
Mhm.
about how you came to be in Georgetown and, a little bit more about you. what
So
you're
I
passionate
was
about.
born in Georgetown.
Yeah.
My parents moved here, and I have I grew up with 5 brothers. Grew up
Yeah.
on Norton Crescent, which is in Ward 3.
Wow.
So I'm really good at negotiating because there was 5 boys,
Yeah.
myself, 1 bathroom.
Of course, you got it
So
first, right?
negotiate, yeah, can
Yeah.
stand my ground, but do it politely because we're still all friends today.
Good.
I'm lucky. I grew up in this community, and I was able to. My husband's from this community, and then we bought the house I grew up in.
Oh, wow.
So I've lived in Ward 3 literally
Yeah.
my whole life. I was brought home from the
Good for
hospital,
you.
Ward 3. We bought the house over 30 years ago. My children grew up here. We went to the same schools, had some of the same teachers,
Really, eh?
played the same sports. So I'm very rooted here. Like, this is where I feel I belong. I was fortunate enough, I worked on Armstrong Avenue. I worked in Georgetown my whole life as well. But I worked for an international company, did HR for them, got to travel the world,
Neat.
came home to Georgetown.
So that's when you got out of
all the
Georgetown a
time.
little bit?
A lot,
Okay,
right? Because
yeah.
I commuted to Montreal, I commuted to the U.S. And again, it was international. So there's nothing better than when you come home after a long trip and you come back into Georgetown and you just feel that this is home.
Yeah.
So this has been home for me, really, and very rooted. I left that job, and I was able to be the BIA manager for downtown Georgetown.
Right.
So I did that for 6 years. Because my goal for a long time was always been to be on council and to help
for you.
run this town, or to help this town grow. So the BIA job came up. I took it because I knew it would be a front row seat to council, and a front row seat with town staff, and I loved that job. It was a great job.
Yeah.
And again, it did get me to council. So I went
Where
to
you need to
council
be.
and Lisa. Yep, worked on committees. I've worked with every single councillor that's on council now, and with the mayor and with town staff. So
Cool.
I really have that experience. And then running the downtown was awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody that's in Ward 3 knows that the downtown is the gem of Ward 3.
People love it, yeah.
They do, and they love to come to events that we ran. So
I didn't even know about the BIA until I was looking for your email before
Yeah.
you pulled in, and I saw BIA emails from 2014, 2015 pop up, and I guess that's
that
when
would have
you
been
were-
me.
Yeah,
That
okay.
would have been me.
Neat,
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah. So that was, so it was, I had to leave the BIA in order to run for council, but I was lucky. An opportunity came up again that got me back on Armstrong Avenue, got me back into corporate, got me back into manufacturing, and pretty open about my goals for council, so they're very supportive.
Yep.
that I'm running, and it kind of all fell together. So
Neat.
So I'm happy to be running. I'm excited to be running. Our counselors, again, I've worked with all of them. They're fabulous. They've all been doing it for such a long time. There's lots to learn from them.
Yeah.
But I think succession planning is extremely important in any business, and especially on our council. So I think I would like a seat at that table.
Yeah.
I want to sit at the grown-up table with the grown-ups and make grown-up decisions.
You know you'd like a seat at the table.
Yeah.
You're excited for it?
I am very excited for it.
Okay. So election, I mean, if people are just tuning in or they're watching this in a couple days. When is the election?
October 22nd.
October 22nd.
Yep, so
Perfect.
Monday, October 22nd. The advance polls open October 6th, and there's like 4 advance polls that run each week.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so there's lots of opportunity to vote, and getting out and voting is extremely important, right, for all the wards.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
all
I
of
see you
us.
don't have a right to complain unless you vote. Right.
unless you vote.
Yeah.
And then if you do complain, and hopefully I'm there, I will take your call and I will listen and I will do what I can to improve whatever it is that your complaint is or your concern.
Yeah, because really you're the mediator, right, between the
That's
people
exactly
and the
what it
town?
So you're the mediator with your constituents,
Right.
with town staff, right?
Okay.
So I mean, I can't direct anything. I can't make any hard decisions, but I can certainly guide people in the right direction. And my experience with the BIA, I do get how our town works and how town staff works, and maybe get some quick answers for folks.
So what do you, just by being on the scene now, what do you see as, what do people comment things, not necessarily campaign stuff? Joel, do you mind just coming here and just making sure this stays up for me? Yeah. Perfect. Sorry about that. So what do you see as day-to-day challenges people come to you with? Or what have you seen in the past that you can help someone with?
Now, of course, there's hot topics in Ward 3, right? There's a lot of growth in Ward 3.
So I'll preface it, sorry to interrupt. You don't have to discuss hot topics if you don't want to. It can be just generic as well. It can be hot topics. I'm open to whatever you want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid if I don't say it, it's like, what is she talking about?
Yeah,
right?
so say what she just said. It's just,
Okay.
we're just having fun and making sure people see you. Yeah.
So Ward 3, there is a lot of hot topics in Ward 3. There's the McGibbon project, which everybody's talking about, and that is right in the center of our town. And I was part of that when I was with the BIA, and then when I left the BIA, I did lose touch with what was happening there.
Right.
And that was just a natural process because I wasn't in that loop on the day-to-day. So it'd be interesting to get back in and get back into that project.
And see where everyone's
and
at.
see where we're at.
Yeah.
There's a lot of building in Ward 3. There's the Mill Street project, right, for senior, and then there's the Holy Cross project. So there's lots happening.
We walked by it the other day with my daughter.
And it's great.
Yeah.
And it's going to fit in. So
Cool.
heritage is another hot topic, especially in Ward 3. Yeah, because it's mature neighborhoods and how to address that. So again, there needs to be change, but the change needs to fit in, and I think that's important that people know that's my feeling anyways, that things are going to change, but the change has to fit the current. Your current.
And it's not just an overnight change. I think that
it's not.
People probably need to understand that things have processes attached.
They do have processes, and we have to learn those processes. I would have to learn that. So, budgeting is another one. Your taxes, and again,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, I just want to get in there and get just to dig into everything, and people will bring things as we're there, right?
Okay.
So we'll learn.
So what do you like to do in your spare time in Georgetown?
So right now I have zero spare time. My spare time now is campaigning, which I'm happy to do.
Yeah.
But baseball, I've been a big baseball player. I just started pickleball.
Right. What's
right?
that?
So pickleball is a cross between tennis and ping pong and badminton.
Right.
And it's quite intense. It's great, and it's a little easier on the joints.
Right.
But it's still competitive.
And
I'm
where
a
do you
little
play
bit
this?
competitive. Georgetown South we play.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to be a little bit competitive to do this.
Yeah, I am a little bit competitive.
I guess growing up with 5 brothers.
Again,
Yeah.
nice competitive, friendly competitive, but I do like to win, I have to say. I have 2 boys, so I'm a grandmother to 2 beautiful grandchildren. Yeah,
awesome.
So we get to spend lots of time with them, and again, they live in Georgetown, so
So everybody
is contained. Yeah, we're good.
Good. I think that's really nice to hear as well, that Wendy lives here, and her family's all here too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any tips you want to share with the community, or I know I've asked before about let's say your new family just coming to Georgetown. What would you recommend in terms of getting involved? What were some favorite things you did with the boys when they were growing up?
So again,
Sure,
I got a baseball, like sports. Sporting in Georgetown is huge, but there's lots of things to do. Like we're coming into Halloween, right? Masquerade on Main. I got to do a plug because that's a great event.
Yeah.
There's a lot of community events to do. Yeah. We have a great community and a very engaged community.
I think the Masquerade on Main, that's usually on a Saturday.
Yep, it's a Saturday, usually between 11 and 1, the Saturday before Halloween, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, to make it.
And it's a safe environment for kids, right? The street's closed off. They can go to business, they get candy, and it's very social.
Neat.
Yeah.
I know we've been, I think, 3 times out of the 4 with our oldest daughter,
Yeah,
and she's always loved it.
good.
I mean, that would be Halloween for her. You can tell her that was Halloween, and she'd be
Exactly.
excited, right?
And that was the fun part. And
Yeah.
again, when I got to run it, that was the fun part, because you see the people and the kids in the excuse me, in their costumes, and the parents would come dressed too.
Yeah.
And again, it's a safe environment, or they get lots of mileage out of that one costume.
Lots
right?
of mileage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots
they actually get to wear it for more than 30
Exactly. Yeah.
minutes. Is there anything else you want to share with the community while we're hanging out?
I think it's important that everybody get out and vote, whether they're in Ward 3, Ward 4. You know, we got to vote for our mayor. We have to vote for our council, and it's important to have that voice at your council.
Yes.
And I would like to be that new, fresh voice for your council.
Neat. So I think that if we're going to wrap things up, I think if people want to ask questions of you more, I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I'm just looking at your pamphlets down here. Do you have a website or a
I
contact
have an
on
email.
the social media?
And,
Perfect.
Yeah, and our Facebook, Wendy Farrow-Reed, candidate Ward 3,
Yep.
is great.
Hyphenated? Farrow-Reed? Nope, just all one
yep,
word?
all one word.
Perfect.
And my email is wfarrowreed, no hyphen,
Yep.
@gmail.com.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for
Thanks
sharing.
for
with me
having
about
me.
it. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
great.
It was nice to meet you. Because I mean, a lot of the times you just see the signs pop up and you don't actually.
Well,
know
this is
what's
this
going
is
on,
really
right?
great. Thank you really for doing this.
Perfect. It's a pleasure to have you. Yeah. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
So like I said, if there are any questions, you leave them in the comments, and you can reach out to Wendy personally as well. We'll see you guys soon.
Thanks.
Bye for now.